Hi everyone, you're on the Player Review Team channel. Today we'll go through another trio of heroes released through the SBC pick. The one that probably caught your attention the most is Guti, especially compared to the recent Guler, but we'll also take a closer look at the other cards, because there's definitely something worth talking about. Let's start with the attack. Jean-Pierre Papin has an average body type, stands at 176 centimeters, and comes with 3+4 stars. In terms of chemistry style, the Frenchman works best with either Hunter or Engine. As for playstyles, you can really only highlight the low-driven shot. However, the role of Advanced Forward Double Plus Plus is definitely a positive. Guys, Weekend League already starts, which means it is time to grab the best rewards. If you thought about boosting your account and at the same time having the chance to watch the stream, write to us. Contact is in the video description. Honestly, our hero, struggles to run away from tight defenses. You'll need to use some extra tools to escape marking. Thankfully, he can finish any moment when he gets a chance. What's interesting is that the Frenchman easily scores finesses with both his right and left foot inside and even from the edge of the box, despite not having the actual trait. Things get trickier with the golden power shot. You need not only to find the right position to shoot from, but also to have enough time to trigger the shot itself. The animation, even for a golden power shot, takes almost forever, so a skilled opponent can easily close you down. The only good option is to use power shots to win corners, or to strike right in tempo when you're one-on-one and the defender can't react in time. Fortunately, the card has a silver low-driven shot, which is faster and more effective. Although, with Jean-Pierre's high stats, you can simply press shoot toward goal and he'll do the rest himself. Dribbling in the box will be much harder though. For the average body type, you just need to use your body to shield the ball and push defenders off to create space for a shot. Still, check out this sharp first touch move. That's connected to a short L2 press before receiving the ball, which ensures better control on the first touch. We've talked about this trick before, but it's worth repeating. A short L2 before receiving gives any card a kind of first touch boost. For example, notice the combination of L2 and R1, and how even someone like Papin, who's not the most agile, turns into a sharp technician. We get it, that's a tough mechanic to master. But overall, the card has decent R1 dribbling, so you can rely on that instead. The question is whether it's really worth doing. By the way, his passing is decent too, but inconsistent. Sometimes he can pull off a great back heel in one touch, and in another moment, he'll miss a simple pass. So what's the verdict? If you pack this card untradeable, you can give it a shot and get used to it. We've just explained how, but buying or completing him through SBC, definitely not recommended. There are plenty of other options on the market or in SBCS for the same or even a lower price. Now let's move to the one everyone's curious about. Guti. He has a lean body type, stands at 185 centimeters, and comes with 4+3 stars. For chemistry style, we recommend Engine or Hunter. He doesn't have many playstyles, but the ones he has fit an attacking cam perfectly. Again, our hero can play as a playmaker in central midfielder or as a shadow striker in cam. Let's start with his off-ball movement. When manually controlled, Guti moves back into position fairly quickly, but only manually. Because he doesn't have any defensive roles, traits, or even stats, any interception or tackle happens purely through your manual effort in defense. That's why it's better to use him as a cam in the shadow striker role, or at most as a playmaker in a trio of central midfielders with a solid CDM behind him. The strength of playmakers lies in their ability to find space for passes. They automatically shift into position to receive, including moving wide when necessary. Next, Guti accelerates fast into attack even from central areas, and when it comes to passing and shooting, there are no complaints at all. Of course, you want to get him on his left foot for a cleaner finish, but let's look at his first touch and the way he shifts direction, not just the shot itself. Or take a similar situation after a cross where he controls the ball well and triggers a nice finesse animation, just unlucky to miss. Overall, his finesses are on par with Guler, Messi or Dybala, so it makes sense to use him specifically as a shadow striker cam. And yes, those guys are a bit more polished, but that doesn't mean Guti feels heavy. His tall yet lean body type makes him very responsive and fluid. Plus, his passing quality is top tier, with the only note being that you should use his stronger foot for tough passes, especially long balls. Most importantly, he has the golden triangle and the whipped pass trait, which we already talked about in the Guler review. Now many might ask, who's better, Guler or Guti? Here's the thing, Guler is slightly faster and more agile, especially with R1 dribbling, which Guti doesn't have. his shooting is better too, not purely from stats but because of the 4-star weak foot. Meanwhile, Guti has equally good finesses and the golden triangle. He's also more versatile, capable of playing both centrally and closer to attack. On top of that, he has the shadow striker role, which fits the current meta better than Guler's classic number 10. And don't forget about links. Guler only links to Real Madrid, while Guti links to the entire Spanish league. So it might seem obvious that Guti is the better pick to complete. Still, we'd personally prefer Guler and move Guti into a trio of central midfielders. Let us know what you'd do, or why neither card fits your team. Meanwhile, let's move on to Sonia Bompastor, who has a lean body type, stands at 163 centimeters, and comes with 3+3 stars. For chemistry style, Anchor looks like the best option since she lacks physicality. But she doesn't lack playstyles, especially for an attacking back. You can also use her as a left winger if you don't play with attacking backs. But to clarify, we used Sonia specifically as a left back. So, does she have enough pace with Anchor? Honestly, yes, she does. As long as you don't lose position, her pace is more than enough. No need to switch to Shadow. However, aside from speed, you also need body strength, especially after the recent patch. For example, here she couldn't push off Barcola, but in the next moment, with advanced defending, she managed to push off Diani, so it's not that bad. Also worth noting is the Anticipate trait, which is always useful for small body types, giving her extra grip in duels. No issues with R1 either. Second man press works perfectly, that's where size doesn't matter. Still, if you're not planning to use this card regularly in attack, you probably don't need her. That said, Sonia has decent pace on the ball and equally good finishing with both feet. Of course, we're talking about finishing inside the box. For example, here she gets into a shooting position with her weak foot and, as you can see, finishes not only with power but with precision. Another useful part of her kit is dead ball ability, which is always handy for corner deliveries and well-curved direct free kicks. But yes, Sonia is fragile, she can be pushed off easily. So don't expect much reliability in defense. She's more about left stick dribbling and attacking. But attacking fullbacks aren't really meta right now since most players keep them back. To sum it up, the best card out of the three seems to be Guti. He's the most balanced option both for the cam position and as a central midfielder in a trio. So if we had to recommend someone, it would definitely be Guti. Detailed ratings for all three will be available on our Twitter. If you still have questions, drop them in the comments and we'll try to answer quickly. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new reviews. Thanks for watching till the end and see you in the next videos.